Hello everyone, this week we are starting my TBR. So as you saw in the first clip, we are reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I think that's what it's called. And I'm also in the middle of reading ACOTAR and annotating that. So we're going to try to get through as much of my TBR this week as we can because March was kind of a bust. And several of the books on my TBR this month are actually new releases that won't be available until later on in the month. So we're going to try to get the other ones out of the way this week. And I will give you my mini reviews on them as I'm reading them, my thoughts, no spoilers though. And yeah, so let's just do it. I think I'm in focus. We're just going to hope so. So I wanted to give you guys some updates. I have been, oh shit, I think I'm going to glue my fingers together real quick. I have been annotating this guy, so I'm about that far through. And I have to say, one, I'm falling back in love with all of the characters. And I'm not going to, like I said at the beginning, there's no spoilers here. But there's so many details in this story that I've forgotten until I'm reading it again because there's so much that happens in this series. So now going back to the beginning, I'm remembering things and then reading things again, and it almost feels like I'm reading for the first time because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that happened, or I forgot that's how this person's storyline began, which I think is super interesting, and it's been really enjoyable so far. I am understanding more why people read this first book and they're like, but nothing's happening, because now for me, especially if you've read other fantasy series, you're going to read this first book and be like, okay, where's the action, where's the things? Like if you're expecting Fourth Wing and you're picking this up, that's not what you're getting. The first time I read this though, I didn't feel that way. I was hooked from the very beginning. So I think that for me, I just know what's to come. So I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, let's get on with it. But I am still really enjoying it, and annotating it has been really fun. I stopped in the middle of a chapter like a freaking serial killer, so I need to finish that. And then talking about A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now this book, I am 38% of the way through. This is written by Holly Jackson, and I have seen so many people talk about this book, so I just decided to pick it up. I'm not usually a mystery thriller kind of person because I get very paranoid very easily. And I was last night. I was reading it underneath the covers in bed by myself, and I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Our house was all quiet, and I was like, this is a horrible idea. And I got scared to get up and go to the bathroom, which is in our bedroom. What are you gonna do? I'm pretty sure this is a young adult book. That tells you how big of a pansy ass I am. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I like it because it's told in different ways throughout the whole book. So it's about this girl named Pippa, and they call her Pip, and she is writing a report or a paper, or I don't know what her final form's going to be, but for her capstone or her thesis project for her senior year in high school, she's investigating a murder that happened in her town a few years before. So she is going back and looking at all the evidence. She's working with the police. She's working with the family. She's working with the kids that were around and were friends with the other kids that were killed and died and all that stuff. So it's interesting because you're reading it in the third person of the narrator telling you what's going on, but you're also reading her report as she's writing it and her evidence log. So I really enjoy that piece. It kind of breaks things up, and there's also interviews and things like that. So I think that it's a really interesting way to tell the story, and it's a very quick read. I'm wondering if I'm going to figure it out by the end. And I know this is a series, but I've heard that it could have been a standalone. So I'm am I going to know exactly what happens? I hope so, because if not, I'm going to be really upset. I'm not ready to read a whole series like this, but this book by itself I'm really enjoying. So I would say I think I'm 25% of the way through this guy, and then like I said, 38% of the way through this, and I'm enjoying both of them. So I am hoping that I'll finish both of these in the next couple of days, and then we'll jump on to another book on my TBR. But so far so good. It's only April 1st and we're already starting off pretty strong. Hello everyone. I look absolutely nuts, I feel but my hair is clean. I don't have any skincare on. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's Wednesday. I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't film any clips yesterday. My hair is just It's clean, but she looks crazy. So I wanted to update you. I finished a Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I gave it, I'm like floating between a 3.5 and a 4 stars. Also, if you hear my dog in the background, my fiance had to take our other dog, we only have 2, to the vet, and the youngest one is here with me, and he's not happy to be by himself. So I'm floating between a 3.5 and a 4 star. I don't know why I can't decide what I'm rating this. I don't know. I really liked it, but there were points where there were lulls where I was like, okay, I'm just waiting for something to happen. I found myself like skimming or not wanting to pick up my Kindle to finish reading it, but I still wanted to know what happened really bad. So that's why I think I'm going to settle on a 3.5. I did finish that book, so we have marked 1 book off of our TBR. I ignore this thumb. Yeah. And it's only April 3rd, so I feel like we're in a good spot. I've still been reading ACOTAR and annotating it, so I am about 32% of the way through. I don't know. I think it's 32. That's what my Goodreads said. So I've just been annotating this and absolutely loving it. I just being back in this world is like one of my favorite things in the whole world. So I am going to continue knocking this guy out, and then I did start last night. I'm still on the first chapter, but it is Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. So this is also on our TBR, my TBR, as well as this one, but I did start this, and we will see how it goes. Yeah, I don't have any thoughts yet because I'm literally only on like the 4th page, but I love Ellen Hildebrand, so I'm expecting the best. I did get a couple packages, and I'm just going to open them because why not? I think this one is the dress I was thinking for our rehearsal dinner. And you're probably thinking, why are you doing that right now? Your rehearsal dinner is not until August of next year. This is the way my brain works, okay? I do have a vision for this. I don't know if I'm going to show this because I kind of want to keep it a secret. Sorry. I will show you the color though. Whoop. Okay. That is it, and it's like a silky material. I haven't tried it on yet, obviously, so I'm going to have to do that, but it is, oh, it's beautiful. Okay, hanging that up. I did get that from Abercrombie in case you didn't see the package, whatever. Okay, and then I did get 3 extra things from Abercrombie. So last week I posted it was this week. I posted 2 videos, and I'm wearing, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing it in both videos, but I have a red and like a purpley pink shirt on in both of them, and they're both from Abercrombie, and I loved them so much that of course I bought 2 more colors. These ones are the bodysuits. The videos I'm talking about, I'm wearing just the shirts, but it's the same material. They just didn't have this color in the shirt. So I just love blue, so I got that guy. And then the color of the shirt I'm talking about is like this color, and then like a purpley pinky color. So I love those so much. I got a tank top in the red color, and then I got a white, this is a bodysuit with like a little like slash cut on it. I don't know if you can see me, but there you go. There you go. So it is a bodysuit, but I feel like this is very bridal, but also very casual, which is what I like. So those are those. And then I have 2 packages from Anthropologie. First thing from Anthropologie is a necklace, which I'm so excited about. It looks so cute. It's pearls, and it has my initial, and I don't have anything pearl. This is literally the smallest thing I've ever seen. Okay, I might be returning this. This was like $50, and the S is like microscopic. So I don't know about this. I thought it was going to be a little nicer than what it is. So that's annoying. This little baggie is cute though. Again, also from Anthropologie, they're little like sweater shorts. I'm obsessed. Are you kidding me? These are so cute. I'm so excited to wear these. I feel like these are just like really good for beach attire. I can't wait to wear these. Okay, that's everything. I will let you know. What? I will let you guys know when I have an update on books. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday. Yesterday I didn't film anything either, but here we are. I wanted to give you some updates and also circle back to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because I don't feel like I really articulated all of my thoughts very well. So I'm going to set you up on my tripod so I don't have to hold you with my hand, and then we'll get to chatting. So let's talk Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is going to be so niche, but if you are a Sex and the City fan, every time I say murder, I think about the lady in the Sex and the City movie, the first one, where she is protesting outside of the fashion show that all the girls go to, and she throws red paint on Samantha, and she's like, murder! That's what I think of. So, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I definitely decided to give this one a 3.5 stars, and I think I feel good with that rating now. There for a while I was sitting with it, and I was like, I don't know what to rate it. It didn't feel like a 4 stars, but a 3 or even a 3.5 at the time felt like it wasn't enough. So I think 3.5 now that I've like sat on it and it's been a couple days, I feel good about that rating. There were so many twists and turns with this one, so much suspense, and it reminded me of Riverdale in a sense because it was a lot about like literally the whole book is about a kid solving a murder, and it just reminds me of Riverdale where you're like, these kids are not out here doing this shit in real life. So it had like a little bit of that. I really liked Pip, the main character. She was really sweet and just really determined, but I also can like reflect back to when I was like 17, 18 years old and feel that like confusion that she feels and that unknown of not really knowing who she is outside of the tasks she's completing. I mean, I even feel that way now, if I'm being totally honest. So I thought it was really relatable, and she was a really realistic character outside of the fact that she's like out here solving a murder at 17. That's a little crazy. Ravi was so sweet. I liked him a lot. I liked the ending of this book. I won't spoil it, but I think that all of the loose ends were tied together. I didn't guess the ending in its entirety at all. There were bits and pieces where I was like, oh yes, I definitely got that piece right, but then like Holly Jackson just went in and stirred up and cross things, like it was just crazy. And the reason it's just a 3.5 is because there were parts of it where I did get pretty bored, and I was just kind of like finding myself skimming instead of actually sitting down to read it, because I was just like, okay, I want to know what happens next. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. It's a great young adult, easy read, suspenseful, wasn't too scary if you're a pansy ass like me. I didn't get too paranoid, so I think that's a good thing. This is a series. I don't think that I'm going to pick up the rest of the series right now, but it is on my radar because I did enjoy this book. And Holly Jackson, the author, did just release a new book, a new young adult true crime mystery type of thing that I have added to my TBR. So I did enjoy it. I liked her writing style, and that's that on that. I got really far into ACOTAR last night. I sat and just like underlined and did so many things. I'm just loving this. I don't ever want to be out of this story, and I can't wait to go back and annotate and tab and do all the things with Crescent City. Like that's what's making me that's what's going through my head as I'm reading this. But I also am noticing so many ties to Crescent City and Throne of Glass that I didn't even know. And I just got to the part, I'm not going to spoil how it happens, but Rhysand was just introduced into the book, but we don't know anything about him. We don't know who he is. We don't know any of that. And my heart was just like, I love him so much. 2 other quick updates. I am 9% of the way through not Swan Song, that's her new book, Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand, and I'm really liking it. I did try to get into Barefoot in March, and it just like wasn't my vibe, so I was a little worried for this one, but I'm liking it so far. So 9% of the way through. I think I'm on like chapter 4 or 5, and so far so good. Very Ellen Hildebrand-esque. It doesn't feel weird or different from her other writing, so good there. And then I did also start listening to the audiobook of Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. Now, Meryl Streep does the audiobook. I literally got Audible and had a free credit from buying so many books on Amazon to use, and I did it just for this because I was like, I've heard so many things and it sounded like it would be something I like. Okay, my camera died in the middle of telling you about Tom Lake, but here we are. Let me adjust this real quick. I feel like I'm like talking up when I want to be talking at. So I'm about halfway through chapter 2 and I'm really liking it so far. Meryl Streep, like, I could listen to her talk all the live long day at this point. So I have 8 hours and 51 minutes left to go. I am listening on 1.2 speed. I was listening at 1.0 speed, like 1.0 speed. With all audiobooks, I feel like when you listen to it on 1 speed, it is just, it's so slow because they're enunciating every single word and I just can't do it. So I'm on 1.2 right now. I might change it to 1.5 and see. Sometimes like I just can't do it too fast because like I can't understand what's going on, and that's what she said. So today I think I'm also getting sick. That's another update, and I'm watching Sex in the City. Big surprise. I think I'm getting sick. The other night, my throat, when I laid down, was like starting to hurt. My camera's trying to literally focus on Carrie Bradshaw behind me. Let's not do that. So when I went to bed like 2 nights ago, my throat was hurting and I was like, oh, it's probably just allergies or whatever. And then last night, as I was sitting in my office editing and doing some stuff on my computer, my throat started hurting again. And now today it's hurt the entire time. So I think I'm getting sick, which is so fun. I haven't been sick in a really long time though. Not to like jump on the bandwagon, but the Armra colostrum, since I started taking that, I have not been sick. And I'm telling you, I used to be sick all the fucking time. Like every time I went on vacation or traveled or anything like that, I got sick. Anytime that I like essentially went out in public, I got sick and it was miserable. But that Armra colostrum, like that shit really works. I am getting ready to eat some dinner. I'm gonna read some. I might go take a bath and like get some tea or something because like it's just sitting here talking to you right now is not fun. I also wanted to show you guys my dinner because it's the salmon bowl that I talked about in my last vlog and then never showed. So I'm gonna walk you through it. First thing, salmon. I get mine at Aldi because it's cheap as hell and it's really good. So I get that, take the skin off and cut it up into cubes. Then I marinate it with soy sauce, lemon juice, garlic, salt, pepper, and honey. I like to let mine sit for like at least an hour and then sometimes I'll do it overnight. Just kind of depends on how much time I have. Then I put it in my air fryer for 15 to 20 minutes. It depends on how you like your salmon. I would say 15, usually like 12 to 15 will get you a little crispy but still like juicy. If you go to like 20, it like chars the shit out of it, but it's like crunchy and I kind of like that. So just depending on my mood, 400 degrees air fryer, however long you think is good. Then we have cauliflower, sweet potatoes, and chickpeas or garbanzo beans. Those all go on a pan, and they go in the oven at 400 degrees for an hour. I chop those all up. They're like diced, or like cubed, I guess. The sweet potatoes are cubed, and then I just chop up the cauliflower into like whatever pieces. I don't really measure it or do anything special. And then I just drain the garbanzo beans and dump them on the pan as well. Season them with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and smoked paprika and olive oil. And then, yeah, those go in at 400 degrees for an hour. Take them out. I think that's everything as far as prep cooking goes. Yeah, and then today I just have cherry tomatoes chopped up. But I really love green bell peppers. I'll chop those up. Cucumbers, I'll chop those up. I would love to have those. We just don't have them right now. So put all of that over a bed of whatever like salad base you want. I just use a spring mix, but you could do arugula, you could do baby spinach, you could do whatever you want. Salad mix, this is so complicated. Salad mix, and then do your salmon, your sweet potatoes, your cauliflower, your chickpeas. Then I do all of my like produce. So I did cherry tomatoes today. You can do whatever you want. And then I do blue cheese crumbles because that's the cheese that I love. Feta's really good on this as well. And then I just do balsamic vinaigrette, and that is what we have here, and it is absolutely delicious. I don't warm anything up when I eat it again, so like my salmon's cold but it's delicious. I love it so much. Okay, well, those are all my updates for now. I'm gonna read some, edit some, watch some Sex and the City, eat, and then I'll be back when I have an update. Hello, everyone. It's a new week. It's a new, my brain is still all kinds of messed up. Not feeling my makeup today, but that's okay. I'm embracing my natural hair, because I feel like my hair is falling out at an alarming rate, and I think it might be because I've just been like blowing out my hair like crazy. So here we are. Like I said, it's a new week. I got sick. I told you guys I thought I was getting sick. I got sick. And this weekend I did finish some books. We're going to talk about that, but we are a little behind on our TBR, and I just like didn't film anything over the weekend, any updates, anything as I was reading, because I felt like shit. So we're just gonna jump into the updates. I'm like looking at myself in the viewfinder and just like absolutely hating my makeup, so I apologize. I almost feel like I should put my hair up, maybe. Wearing my overalls again today, and I also like the way that my blush is clashing with this red shirt is like sending me, like my eyes feel just so intense. I low-key might go take my makeup off. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go take my makeup off and then we'll do this again. Here we are. I feel much better with all that makeup off my face. I just like, I put it on thinking that it would make me feel better, like being sick and stuff. And honestly, I still have some on, but I like tight-lined today when I did my makeup, and I never do that anymore. And I think that's why it looked like my eyes were just so heavy, because I'm not used to seeing myself like that, and now I'm just like, it's still in there, and my eyes, I feel like I just look like I had black eyes. We're gonna roll with it. As you can hear in my voice, I'm still incredibly congested. I spent the weekend watching Grey's Anatomy. I am rewatching it. I started rewatching it from the beginning. Also, my lighting's gonna go in and out. The eclipse is literally happening outside right now. I started rewatching Grey's Anatomy from the beginning like a few months ago, I think. And recently I was talking to my mom, and she stopped watching after a certain someone died on the show, and she like never watched it again. And she was like, I need to pick that back up. And I was like, just please don't. Just don't. Like, it's so bad. Don't do it. And then I was like, yeah, but I kind of want to catch up too. So I'm watching from the beginning, and I'm just going to go all the way through the seasons. I tried to force myself to watch like the stuff that I haven't seen yet, because I stopped watching maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, and I tried to force myself just to watch that stuff, and I was like, first of all, I don't even remember what the F is going on here, and this is like so bad that I just like can't do it. Here we are. We're gonna start from the beginning, where it's just like so good, it's so amazing, I'm obsessed with it, and then hopefully it makes the stuff at the end like maybe a little more enjoyable. I don't know. So let's talk books. This guy I did finish this weekend, Court of Thorn and Roses. This guy's like so well loved and floppy and dog-eared and annotated and all the things. I ended up rating this a 4, between a 4 and 4.5. I loved getting back into this world. Like, I forget so many things that happen, especially in this first one, because the series is so long, the books are so long, and I forgot, like, all the stuff that happened. So we are starting this guy, Asimov, A Court of Mist and Fury. I am on page 1, so I haven't really cracked into this yet. But I'm super excited. I want to finish this. If you saw my TBR video, I want to finish this by the end of April. So that's that. And then I can tell you exactly how far, 43% of the way through Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. I keep forgetting which book of hers I'm reading. Like, I was trying to think last night of the name of it, and I was like, what is it called again? It's not Swan Song. That's her new book that's coming out. It's not Barefoot. That's the one I tried to read. It's not The Identicals, which is one I've been eyeballing recently. Silver Girl. 43% of the way through. I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like it comes and goes. Like, I almost feel like I'm going into a little bit of a slump. And I don't think it's because of any book in particular. I think it's because, like, I'm just exhausted, and I find myself reading stuff, and even if I'm enjoying it, I'm like, I just want it all to be downloaded in my brain, and I just want to be done with it. I want to try to finish this book tonight, because the new Elsie Silver book comes out tomorrow and I'm super excited. I also have, Ruthless Vows. That's not on my TBR, but it did just become available to me on my Libby. So I might read that one too, because there was like a 5,000 person wait list. Not actually 5,000, but like thousands of people were waiting for that book on my Libby for my like local library. So I might try to read that. That way I don't have to worry about it coming back. But it's also not a book that's like super on my radar. Like Divine Rivals, I know so many people loved it. I didn't. Like it was okay to me. I'm just updating you on what is on my Kindle. So there's that. Wild Love comes out tomorrow. I'm so excited. And I think that is everything. It's like almost completely dark outside. I'm gonna continue reading Silver Girl to give you guys my opinion, and then I think we'll probably end the video there. I am gonna be doing another video of reading new releases, so make sure you watch out for that. I don't want to bog this video down with too many books, so I'm gonna go read this and I'll be back. Hello everyone, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. So I finally finished Silver Girl last night. Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. I don't have my Kindle or I would show you, but I am toggling between giving this a 3.75 and a 4. I think I'm more so on the 3.75 side, but on Goodreads you can't do like half or quarter or whatever rating, so I just gave it a 4. I apologize, my voice is still like not great and I have so much drainage, but I wanted to kind of go over my initial thoughts and what I was thinking as I was reading it. So this one was interesting for me because it kind of ebbed and flowed in the way that it was telling the story. It was almost like there was a solid plot line through the first like 50% of the book, and then after that it turned into a character study, and then it like wrapped up all of the loose ends at like the 80% mark. It was interesting. It was different for Ellen Hildebrand. There wasn't a lot of food writing, which I was sad about, but the story itself was interesting. I do think that I was bored and there were lulls and things like that, unlike some of her other books that I've read. That didn't happen. I got super annoyed with Connie, who is the best friend of our main character, Meredith. All of Ellen Hildebrand's characters, by the end, typically, at least for me, you end up loving or sympathizing or understanding them, and they're all flawed and they all feel like they could be real people, and Connie does feel that way, but at the end I still was like, you need some self-work, because she had so little self-esteem and so little confidence in herself and so little trust in other people, which it's all understandable once you read the story, but it also was just like, I don't know. There were certain points where I was like, ugh, like I don't want to read this. I want to know also, the seal part, unnecessary. So unnecessary. That being said, I am also still listening to Tom Lake. I'm not going to continue this video until that's over because I still have like 5 hours left to listen to, and I've just been listening to it in spurts. So that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe, give me a like, follow me on all my social media. It's linked down below, and I will see you in my next video.